Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel as I continue my part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1976 college football season. This is for week 12 and 13 respectively. We're going to conclude a look at the recap of the games that were played during week 12 and week 13 of college football and go over the conference standings and what stood out with the conference standings. So let's get into it. We're going to start with November 27th, 1976. The week that was week 12. Now, Thanksgiving had to be on November 25th. So it had to be because we got Thanksgiving game between Texas A&M and Texas. But Texas A&M, ranked number 11, beat Texas 27-3. Texas lost second straight to rivals in painful fashion by losing 7 turnovers, committing 11 penalties, rushing for 73 yards, and completing only 4 of 17 passes. Now, Texas A&M led by 109 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns by fullback George Woodard, scored touchdowns on drives of 20 yards, 6 yards following Texas turnovers. Halfback Johnny Lamb Jones was leading gainer for Longhorns with 20 carries for 54 yards. The Texas had not lost 2 straight to Aggies since 1909-1910. Friday, November 26, 1976. On a Friday, Pittsburgh, the number 1 team in the country, beat number 16 Penn State 21-7 as tailback Tony Dorsett added 224 yards to all-time total, which was 6,082 yards rushing, as Pitt topped in-state rival for the first time since 1965. Penn State drew first blood as it scored on quarterback Chuck Facina's 21-yard touchdown pass to fullback Bob Torby. Lions were done scoring, but Dorsett was just getting warmed up because in the second quarter, Dorsett tied the game with a 6-yard run. Panther coach Pittsburgh Panthers Johnny Majors next surprised Nittany Lions by switching Tony Dorsett to fullback from where he exploded the second half with 173 yards behind an unbalanced line. Majors then stunned everyone by taking Tennessee's job after the game. On the same Friday, November 26, 1976, Oklahoma, the number 8 team in the country, beat number 10 Nebraska 20-17. Number 8 Oklahoma beat number 10 Nebraska 20-17. As Nebraska faithful were grumbling after preseason number 1 Huskers lost 5th straight to Oklahoma and dropped their home game of the season. With time elapsed and Sooners turned to trickery to pull out late win. 2 huge plays set up winning score. 47-yard pass from halfback Woody Shepard to wide receiver Steve Rhodes and 32-yard pass play featuring lateral from Rhodes to Elvis Peacock, the halfback. Now, Peacock then scored on a 2-yard run. Trick plays were only passes attempted by Oklahoma all day. Now, Peacock rushed for 88 yards. All 3 Oklahoma scores, including a 50-yard jump early in the fourth quarter, while halfback Horace Ivory game high of 101 yards rushing. Nebraska had taken 17-7 lead entering the fourth quarter on touchdown runs of 7 yards by wingback Curtis Craig and 4 yards by I-back Rick Burns. Navy beat Army 38-10. Georgia, number 4 team in the country, beat Georgia Tech 13-10. Bulldogs needed kicker Alan Levette's last-second 23-yard field goal to pull out the win. Game was scoreless until quarterback Ray Goff capped 80-yard drive with 3-yard touchdown run late in the second quarter. At the second half kickoff, Bulldogs went to Georgia Tech 5-yard line before settling for 5 field goal and 10-0 edge. The Yellow Jackets answered with 4 field goals set up by interception and fashion 70-yard drive that featured quarterback Gary Lanier, 14-yard run on which his lateral to tailback David Sims tacked on 14 yards more. Tailback Eddie Lee Ivory's 26-yard touchdown run came on next play. The tie was broken at the exchange of foremost in Tech territory, with Georgia gaining ball with less than 3 minutes remaining. Now, Goff's sneak on 4th down kept drives going, and after 3 more rushes, Leavitt blew the game winner. Both fullback Al Pollard, 24 carries, 112 yards, and halfback Kevin McLeod, 30 carries, 103 yards, top century mark, rushed for Georgia. And finally, Southern California, the number 3 team in the country, beat number 13 Notre Dame 17-13. Now the Trojans used passing game to win the 50th anniversary of the rivalry. As backup quarterback Rob Hurdle's timely tossing broke scoreless tie on a 6-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Shelton Diggs late in the first half. So it capped a 67-yard drive featuring Hurdle's 6 completions, starting USC quarterback Vince Evans, followed with a 63-yard touchdown strike to wide receiver Randy Simron, who had 6 catches for 121 yards early in the third quarter. That down Irish. Notre Dame blew 6 chances in Georgia's territory that came up empty, but scored 2 fourth quarters touchdowns to rallies. Southern California tailback Ricky Bell, still guilty with ankle injury, ran for 75 yards in the final regular season game. He gamely played some fullback and made key block on defensive end Ross Browner that allowed Hurdle to get off 27-yard pass play to tight end William Gay on the first touchdown drive. Browner was smidgen late, reaching Evans on a 63-yard touchdown pass. Now the Irish halfback Al Hunter ran for 115 yards. USC was now 7-2-1 in the last 10 games of famed intersectional series. So that includes look at week number 12 of the games that were played on Thanksgiving. 2 games played on Friday. The game that was played on Thanksgiving was Texas A&M and Texas. Pittsburgh and Penn State played on Friday. Oklahoma played Nebraska on Friday. So here's the April poll as of November 29th. This is week 12. For what was played on the 27th of 1976, November 27th, 1976. There was a tie for the 20th spot of the November 29th poll, AP poll. The 20th spot was tied between Mississippi State, Penn State, number 19, North Carolina, 18, Baylor, 17, Rutgers, 16, Alabama, 15, Notre Dame, number 14, Oklahoma State, 13 was Nebraska, number 12, Colorado. Number 11 was Ohio State, 10 was Texas A&M, 9, Texas Tech, 8, Oklahoma, 7, UCLA, 6, Houston, 5, Georgia, 4, Maryland, 3, Southern California, 2, Michigan, and number 1, Pittsburgh. So let's look at December 4th, 1976. This is week 13, the final week of the college football season for 1976. Let's get into it. Texas played against Arkansas as Texas beat Arkansas 29-12. Final game of the legendary careers of Arkansas coach Frank Broyles and Texas coach Darrell Royal was anticlimactic as Longhorns led throughout in what proved to be a humble battle for 5th place in Southwest Conference. Fullback Earl Campbell of Texas ran for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns, and kicker Russell Exelben chipped in with 3 field goals. Meanwhile, the Hogs trailed 13-6 entering the 4th quarter before allowing 3 scores. Razorbacks running back like Ben Cowens gained 87 yards to win Southwest Conference rushing title. Meeting at midfield post-game, coaches simply said, "I love you" to each other for exiting a field. Next, last but not least, Texas Tech, number 9 team in the country, beat number 18 Baylor. This is about 2 top 20 teams. Number 9 Texas beat number 18 Baylor 24-21. As the Red Raiders of Texas Tech gained tie for first place in Southwest Conference after breaking free for 77-yard touchdown run in game's first minute. Texas Tech quarterback Rodney Allison scored again, directed a winning drive in opening quarter. Red Raiders marched 90 yards to Oklahoma State at 14 out of the lead. Bears refused to fold, tying game at 14-14, including a 50-yard pass from quarterback Sammy Bickham to wide receiver Tommy Davidson. Baylor took 21-17 lead on a 1-yard touchdown run by tailback Gary Blair, who set school record with 199 yards rushing. Tech regained lead with an 89-yard drive early in the 4th quarter that tailback Larry Isaac ended on a 5-yard touchdown run. Bears' final drive ended on a short 48-yard field goal try by kicker Lester Belrose. This includes a look at week 12 and week 13, the games that were played November 27th, 1976. That week that was December 4th, 1976, the week that was for that. And including the game that was played on Thanksgiving, Texas A&M and Texas. 2 Friday games was played, Penn State, Pittsburgh, and Nebraska, Oklahoma. So let's get into conference standings scenario. The Ivy League was a tie between Brown and Yale that had a 6-1 record. The Atlantic Coast Conference had Maryland at winning with a 5-0 record. Southeastern Conference was won by Georgia, 5-1 record. Southern Conference was won by East Carolina, 4-1 record. There was a tie for the 7-1 record for the Conference Big Ten Conference between Michigan and Ohio State. Mid-American, Ball State was 4-1. Three-way tie for Big 8 Conference Championship. Oklahoma was 5-2. Oklahoma State 5-2. Colorado 5-2. Tulsa was tied with New Mexico State for 2-1-1 record. 2-1-1 record. 2-1 record and a 1 tie. So they were 2-1-1. New Mexico State was 2-1-1. Southwest Conference was won by Texas Tech. Looks like they were tied for with Houston 7-1. Brigham Young tied with Wyoming with a 6-1 record. Pacific 8 was won by Southern California 7-0 record. And finally, the Pacific Coast Athletic Conference was won by San Jose State 4-0 record. So it concludes a look at 1976 regular season. That's conclusion of the 1976 regular season recap. I do look at the games that were played in the major bowl games in 1976. The major bowl games tomorrow to end the whole season. We get a final. If you go and look at the top performance formula, top opponents records for 1976, out of conference records, individual statistical leaders for 1976, the consistent All-American team, the Heisman Trophy vote, and other major award winners for 1976. So that concludes a look at the regular season of college football 1976. Do Reveal Smack 2 tomorrow. Like I said, look at the major road games that were played and everything else after that. Conclude the 1976 season as a whole. Like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Do Reveal Smack 2 tomorrow. Until then, talk to you soon.